Hello, everyone. As you can see, we are going to be holding a panel session with our panelists. We have Cynthia from Kampala, we have Hannah from Berlin, and myself, I will be your moderator. My name is Haig. I was a former Tumo Beirut student, and I will be holding this session. So our topic for today is virtually friends. One of the most important topics of this conference, AI Teen Conference, hosted by Tumo. So we're going to be talking about the impact of AI in friendship, in human relations, and etc. So today we have rich panelists, and we're going to be talking about this topic. So I want to start off with an introductory question. So I want each of the panelists to define what is friendship. What criteria does someone have so to be considered your friend? What are the skills? What are the qualities? Can we start with Hannah, please, from Berlin?
Yeah, I define a friend someone who I can talk to without any context. So if I have something on my mind, if I have a question, or if I just don't feel like being alone at a specific time, I could go to that friend, talk to them, and we could just have a conversation, have some fun together. And that's what I define a friend. Someone who's willing to talk to me, someone who's nice and willing to go into and who's willing to compromise so that the friendship would work.
So as we can hear from Hannah, she says that friendship has to be spontaneous, right? Something spontaneous. Yourself with them. You can be your own in your own body. We can say like that. So let's move to the next panelist. The same question, please. Cynthia from Kampala, what's your take on friendship?
And one quality I know they should have is emotional understanding, because I know I want to talk to someone who is going to have that connection that I would need, like as a person. So, yeah.
So you highlighted the emotional aspect of friendship. That's one of the key aspects of AI. When we include AI in our friendships, will the emotional side of the friendship continue, or will we have an emotionless interaction with ourselves when we ask the AI a question about friendship or about a topic that is emotionally related to you? Can you ask the AI? Will it supply you the information you need, like a friend can, like your best friend can? Can you ask the AI questions? You can ask your friend, and we know that AI is usually non-judgmental. So will this help you, or will this negatively impact you in your social skills in general? Um, I know the question has multiple parts, so let's first talk about how AI. What are the pros and cons of AI? And if you include AI in your friendships, is it good? Is it bad? What are the good parts? What are the bad parts? And then we'll talk about your own opinion. Can we start with Cynthia, please? What are the pros and cons of AI when we include it in our
So in my opinion, I'd say having like including AI in your friendship. I mean, if let's say you have like a friend you're talking to and you have a feeling they're a bit judgmental, you have to go and talk to your AI because, well, they're not really judgmental, but they lack that human connection that you actually need. Like if you need someone to talk to, you really need that emotional understanding, and AI really doesn't have that. It's mostly based off of logic, and in most cases, that's not what someone really needs. So as much as AI will be like more, less judgmental and more kind of more present and more available than some humans can be, it won't really have that human connection which you really need in like a situation like that. So
just a follow-up question to you, Cynthia. if we program the AI to be able to respond in a way that makes you feel like it's a human connection, will it still not suffice? And will it not be as good as a human friend? Are you still adamant on that point that even if we program the AI to be able to respond in a humanistic way, will it still not be on par with your human friend?
I mean, AI, like, if it could be as good as human connection, I mean, that's great. But to be honest, AI shouldn't be a barrier between human connection. It should be more of a bridge. So I honestly wouldn't support having an AI that is just as good as a human when it comes to emotional understanding. Because, I mean, AI is AI, right? So in cases where, let's say, you're having a bad day, you need like someone besides you and whatnot, you're not going to have like an AI. Well, your AI won't be as good as a human. You need maybe like a very long hug, a shoulder to cry on and whatnot. I mean, AI is great if it could, but right now it can't. And honestly, it all comes down to that emotional connection and understanding you need from a human. But honestly, AI wouldn't provide that as good as a human would.
Okay, let's shift to Hannah, please. What's your take? Can we include AI in our friendships, or will it ever be possible, or always AI will remain this logical, this helpful tool that cannot really take in emotions and understand your emotions and help you emotionally? What's your take on that?
I think while we have AI, we should use it as much as possible. And when you have an AI you're talking to rather than a human, you won't have the fear of being judged or that it could be perceived in a negative way, what you're saying. So you can open up to an AI just like you would in your journal and it can give some sort of logical feedback. So it could help you to sort your thoughts before you can say them to a friend, or also realize what could be a little offensive and what couldn't. And I think it would just give you a better overview of how you're communicating with your friends so that you can actually improve those relationships. For instance, if I made a mistake and I feel bad about it, I could go to an AI, tell them about it, and they would give me feedback how I could do it better, how I could improve on it. But if I have more of an emotional problem with it, as in guilt feelings or something like that, I would prefer a human. So AI is more pragmatic and wants to solve a problem. Meanwhile, humans would more beat around the bush, help you with your emotions, something like that. So I would separate my emotions, my feelings for the cause, why I'm even feeling that, and go to an AI with it. And then the actual feeling, go to a friend with it.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice idea. So you think that we can use the AI before talking with our friends? So we use it one step before talking with our friends. We sort our thoughts and then we go and talk to our friends, so that it helps us to avoid conflicts. Did I understand that right?
Exactly. Like you can use it as a journal, which is just more reactive and also gives you feedback.
Okay. So let's think of a hypothetical situation. You wake up at 3 a.m. after a nightmare, and you need someone to help you, to guide you. You can't sleep, you can't do anything, and your best friend is asleep, and you tried calling them, and they're not responding. So, will you use the AI in this case? Will you ask them, please, I need someone to support me in this or that way? You're depressed at 3 a.m. You can't do anything. What do you think you should do? You should ask the AI, or you should not ask the AI, and stick to your principles that the AI cannot understand emotions and etc. So, what do you think about this, Cynthia?
Well, if you're waking up in the middle of the night and you just really need a friend to talk to, I wouldn't recommend going to AI. I mean, you could just go to talk to your AI just for the sake of talking about it, But in a situation like that, just like waking up in the middle of the night, you can't sleep, something would really be up. And what you need is like someone who would understand you emotionally, someone you'd have like a personal experience with, and they would know how to guide you based off of what they know about you. But if it's like a situation where maybe you can't reach anyone, I mean, you could talk to your AI. Although chances are really high, you're going to get like logical responses. But I mean, I guess it could help. But what you really need is in a situation like that is a human connection.
Otil, from Lyon, did you hear the question?
Yes.
Could you please give us your take on the question?
What would I do at 3 a.m. in that situation? I don't, to be honest. Sorry, we had a technical issue. I think I could try to talk to the AI, but honestly, I'm not sure it would be that helpful because the AI doesn't know me very well. It can't understand what I'm going through that well. All it has is how do I explain? It can try to make a response, but it's only going to use things from its database. Nothing. It can't think. Sorry,
Okay, good. So, do you think if someone thinks that they can use AI as a friendship, يعني, they think that AI is a good friend, will this make them less socially tolerant or socially active? Will they be dependent on the AI for their social satisfaction? Will they always resort to the AI to ask them questions? Yani, they they will uh, they will they will not even try going into societies asking questions, trying to make friends. They will always resort to the AI. Do you think this can ever happen if someone is agrees that AI can be your friend? Let's assume that they think that AI is a good friend. Will this make them less socially active, as I said? Can we, Cynthia, please elaborate on this?
I'd say this would make them less socially active because depending too much on AI, the thing about AI is that, let me give an example of having fights with your friend. If you're to do that with AI, you wouldn't really have a fight with AI, right? And when it comes to real friendships and you have a fight, you need to know how to navigate these relationships. Yes, it will be hard, but you need to know how to get through it. And AI kind of removes these challenges. So if you've been too dependent on AI and then it comes in a real life situation where you have like a fight with someone and you don't really know how to get by it, it could really complicate your real life relationships, which don't kind of support this whole like, I mean, you could talk to your AI, it's fine, but growing a strong bond with it and neglecting the more human relationships will really affect you, like maybe looking long term. Because if you're looking to maybe get like a human best friend, you're tired of talking to AI all the time, the logical responses, and let's say you guys have your first fight, you won't really know how to navigate through it, and you could potentially lose one of your friends or even more because of that.
So you think that AI as a friend can be used as a last resort, but we should try first, right? We should try to make new friends, and then if it doesn't work, maybe we can, as a last resort, try with the AI. If we're very, very depressed and there's no way out of it, we can resort to the AI. Is it? Do you agree on this or no?
Yes, but no. I mean, like, AI shouldn't be a barrier between human relationships, to be honest, because humans came first, and like, well, first come, first serve. That's like a standard rule. So honestly, this whole AI thing about people growing bonds with AI, generally it shouldn't clash with like the human relationships. A human bond should be way stronger than like a computer and an actual person.
One last thing. I was searching on the web yesterday, and I saw that there was a device called Friend that you put on your neck, and it gives you direct advice. For example, if you're walking in the park or you're eating something, it will tell you how was the food, how was everything. Yani directly to talk with you. Do you think this is a good idea? They're developing stuff, and I saw that it's $100. You can buy it and put it on your neck, and it will give you direct responses. So, do you think this is a good idea? Can we start with Hannah, please?
I would prefer not to do something like that because AI is kind of limited like in physically, and I think that's also a positive thing that it's limited because that would also mean that we still have to build these human relationships, and AI will always have these limits, and when you use that more and more, you'll realize that, and it will also make people compelled to make relationships with other humans. And I think that if you had that friend always with you, it would take some of the limitations of AI and make us more reliant on it, which I wouldn't really think would be that great. I think it should always be an option, but not the only option.
Good to hear. Clotilde, can you elaborate on this last question, please?
Yes. Personally, I don't think that it's that great of an idea, like others said before, because the line between reality and AI shouldn't be blurred. So it should be kept on your phone, I think, or on your computer, and not everywhere you go tell you everything you should do. I'm sorry.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this was my last question. Thank you to all the. So okay, let me wrap up with the last question. What do you think the ethical implications of introducing AI into our friendships? What are the ethical implications when you share your secrets with an AI? Will are your secrets being kept secret, or are they going into a large database where everyone can access them? Just briefly, can each of you um, give you their opinion on this? Can we start with Cynthia?
Um, well, I would say they're kind of kept secret. Yes, they go to this large database, but I mean, not actually, people don't have access to this database, at least I hope. But I mean, they are kept secret unless someday, somehow, AI gets better and just turns against us, knowing all this stuff about us and decides to use everything against us. Hopefully not. But I think at least I hope everything is kept secret as much as it's stored in this large database of AI.
Okay, thank you. Hanak, could you just a brief opinion on this, please?
I think your secrets would also be kept pretty secret if you tell them to an AI, but also if you have a friend you would trust, they would also be pretty secret. And then again, in the cloud-based, in some point, it could be accessed and it will always be somewhat retrievable. If you had a secret from 2 years ago or you liked someone back then, you can always come back to it and see what were your secrets back then, what was important to you. Meanwhile, with a friend, they might not remember it. So you'll kind of have, like I said, a mini journal, a little timestamp of what your secrets were, what was important to you, what you valued and kept for yourself, kind of. And that's why I think having secrets with an AI is, again, like having a journal, and they would be kept pretty secret.
Okay, thank you. Thank you to everyone who joined. We were live from Beirut. Next is Berlin.